I love that you were friends with Ron. Thank you for all the blessing. Oh my. Just so you know, my life is good. I'm extraordinarily physically healthy and happy, and love my wife very much. And I turned 82 about a week ago. And I began taking singing lessons a few months ago. But I'm going to spare you that. So I am indeed the one that had the divine call that something needed to be done for men, and I had the wisdom to choose two amazing men as partners. And as I said earlier in that other gig, we simply opened our hearts in a way. I mean, we each had our little genius, but we opened our hearts to allow the new warrior training adventure to flow through us into the world. And there's a few things I'm really proud of, and they were alluded to either. Boy, 800 million? Jeez, I get that. I'll get back to that. But the fact that we have 20,000 men probably sitting in circle every single week. I try to imagine, I live in Ashland, there's about 20,000 people. I imagine everybody sitting down at the same time. And I love that the I groups have been so solid and successful over the decades. And, you know, we've gone around the world, and the New Warrior Training Adventure turns out men that are sufficiently transformed that they go home and they go home and they see their friends, and their friends go, whoa, something has happened to you. And whatever it is, if it's that training thing, I'm in. And it's grown like that, organically, one man at a time, all over the world. So the other thing, I like this like what he was just saying, is that we have flooded the world with joy, so to speak, because in the training, there's several places that each man has to face fear. And fear is the one catalyst that when it's transcended, there's a growth experience. The human becomes a slightly more complex being, and God rewards him with this little feeling of joy. And that's been going on for so many men, for so many years. We call Sunday Joy Day, and we have forever. And that touches me, the fact that we have created 800 million gigahertz of joy in the world through the New Warrior Training Adventure. So I have a concern. I have a serious concern, and I'd like, for the show of hands, how many would like to hear this founder's concern? Thank you. How many don't want to hear it? So, this concern has to do with, you know, for the next 40 years, I'm concerned. I'm worried, and I want to tell you about that. And there's something that has slid into the Mankind Project. It's kind of like a virus. It's kind of slid in, and I judge it as being dangerous for us. And 30 years ago, Tosi helped me see an interesting thing. I was a bit of a liberal activist, and we were at some kind of men's conference, and I'm shooting my mouth off, and Tosi says, "God damn it, Kaith, that's political, and we're not political. We empower men, and that's it. We empower men, and that is it." I took that to heart. So what I'm seeing now is that there's a political energy that is coming into our body. It's a political energy that I judge as not healthy. I judge it as chasing away about half the men on the planet. This political energy has got different names. Sometimes it's just flat out called political correctness. Sometimes it's called wokeness. On an academic level, it's called critical race theory. Sometimes it's just called white guilt. And political correctness, as I've studied it, is almost like a secular religion. Once people get into it, they totally believe in it, and like any religion, they want to spread the religion. So that's what's been happening in our brotherhoods. Boy, it's like the ugliest example of it is what happened to LKS. I'm curious, how many think LKS was treated very badly? Look around. Thank you. So, LKS was attacked by a politically correct group. Now, when my brother is attacked, my LKS brother is attacked, it's like, you attack my brother, you got to come through me. God damn it. But that's not what happened. What happened is way too many of the leaders chose to go with the politically correct attackers. Some of the board went with the attackers. And after 30 years of brilliant service, the LKS was pushed away. Violently excluded. The sweat lodge was forbidden. The talisman, forbidden. Animal names, forbidden. And we were literally told to burn our talismans. We were told to not use our animal names. So that energy, can you feel that energy? That energy is in our body, and it's telling us what to do. It's telling us how to think. That's religious propaganda. It doesn't belong in MKP. So how does that affect the men out there? 3 weeks ago, I was at an elders conference in Southern Oregon. There's about 70 of us there, and I went to the most beloved, esteemed elder, and I said, what happened with LKS? And he said, oh my God, they ripped the soul out of us. They ripped the soul out of MKP. I don't know about you, but boy, I get that. And there was 70 men there, and we circled up the opening circle, and because there's so many, we had to go pretty fast. So they just asked for a name and some energy you brought. I watched really carefully. 80% of those men said their animal name loud and clear. 50% of them were wearing their talisman. In my own men's group, elders group in Ashland, I've been watching it for a year and a half. A couple of the men come every time they wear their talisman, and when they say their animal name, they say it with a growl. They're angry at somebody. They're angry at something. Something's been taken away from them. And I'm here to suggest that the political correct energy in this body is where the anger belongs. There's several other, things that I could point to that, show that political energy, that political correctness energy. The bringing biological women through the training. I know lots of folks think that's a really good thing, but that is symbolic of the energy that we're putting out. And as Tosi told me years ago, we want this to be open for all men. I'm guessing that there's a lot of people here that really believe in this stuff, but it chases away the other half of the population. There's conservative men that would never come here. You know that. These are good, beautiful men, and we're chasing them away. That hurts me. That really does. For the next 40 years, is it possible that we can open this thing up for all men? Tosi, can we open this up for all men? We're not political. Our job is to initiate and empower men, period. So, am I alone here? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to invite you to contact me personally. You got my email, you got my phone number. If you share my concern here, reach out to me. And if enough of you reach out, I will step out of retirement and I will come back and I will work together with you to reclaim the New Warrior Training Adventure. Awesome. Thank you.